There are many museums around the country that pay tribute to defenders of American freedom. Wilson County has a fairly new one that honors its own local veterans with their uniforms, their artifacts, and other materials that make for a fascinating personal experience. This eternal flame in Lebanon symbolizes the ongoing remembrance of Wilson County veterans, those who served their country in all U.S. Armed Forces, including some who made the ultimate sacrifice. The Military Museum is the result of hard work donated by 4 architects and countless volunteers. Visitors can view a treasure of artifacts loaned or given by veterans from the area. All kinds of weapons from frontier days to the present, in addition to souvenirs once belonging to the other side. The wall displays take you through a timeline of sorts, including, of course, the war between the states, World War I.
And of course, now when you get to World War II, we have a special connection because the headquarters for the maneuvers was here at Cumberland University from 42 to 44. And General Patton was actually here in Lebanon during that time period.
Archivist Linda Grandstaff was responsible for curating each and every artifact that came in.
For the last 6 years, it's kept me pretty busy recording all the items that come in and getting the information about them and cataloging them all and giving them all a number. And that's very important because if you just take things and lay them down, you have no idea where they come from.
Mannequins were specially ordered to represent real people dressed in their real uniforms.
This uniform represents Kenny Rich, one of our county commissioners, and he served in the War of Iraq, and he brought back several items.
Who's this?
That's Emma Tapley. She served in the military. She's from here. She now lives in Texas, but her family and all are still here, but she's recently moved to Texas. The majority of our mannequins stand for real people that are from our county or connected to our county through a relative. And we're very proud of that. And as I prepared them for display, it's almost like I got to know them, personally, dealing with their clothes and their history. That to me was very important, and it was very touching to be able to have that connection.
The timeline continues with the Korean War, the war in Vietnam, and finally the Gulf Wars. The centerpiece of the museum is this 1965 Huey helicopter. It flew over 1,800 hours carrying troops in and out of hot combat zones in Vietnam. It too has a true Wilson County connection.
I always tell Miss Linda, the dummy looks a lot better than I ever looked in my life.
Former County Sheriff Terry Ash served in the 101st Airborne Division in 1967 and 68 at the height of the conflict. He has 3 Purple Hearts to show for it.
I brought some old web gear I wore in Vietnam. I brought my Bible, which I carried, and I've had a Purple Heart pinned on it for years, and these are photographs of me. This could be me in this very helicopter here. We don't know for sure. My old helmet.
When the helicopter was brought in from storage in Nashville for display, Terry made a startling discovery. It's very likely he rode in it on a combat mission enduring heavy enemy fire.
It's very strange to see it here sometimes, but you just wonder, is that the same one? But there are certain holes in the floor of this thing that lead me to believe it is the same one. So,
bullet holes.
Bullet holes, yeah. They're marked by the red tags on the floor there.
The famous quote, "War is hell," is attributed to Civil War General William Sherman. Many of the veterans honored here went through hell to preserve the peace they cherished back home. This museum is dedicated to all those who served in any capacity.
Everybody can't be in combat, but those who are back home, the families and the other soldiers who are serving in all the branches, they make it able for you to be successful in your mission when you're deployed. So this is in honor of all the people.